Time for another great slow cooker meal. This is honey mustard pork in a slow cooker. Yum-y. This one's super easy. You're going to like it. Let's get started. So first thing we need is an onion. Half an onion. We're going to chop it up into pieces. It doesn't have to be diced all the way. This is going to be our base for our slow cooker. Now we need a topping for it, so this is a teaspoon of minced garlic, about a clove and a half. And that there is Dijon mustard, or whole grain if you got it, 4 teaspoons. And now for the honey. It's 1 tablespoon of honey. My buddy Al's honey, of course. Yum-y, this stuff is good. I should have put 2 or even 3 tablespoons in. I'm going to remember that for next time. We're also going to put in some balsamic vinegar. If you got apple cider vinegar, that works too. This is 2 tablespoons. And that is a ½ teaspoon of thyme, all powdery up. Now the fun part, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Trick's getting it out of the bag. And then we're going to mix this all together. Look at that, looks yummy. So here's our slow cooker out. We'll get everything out of the bowl and put it all together. Give it a quick spray. We don't want anything sticking too bad to the bottom. And here's our onions that we sliced up. Like I said, you don't need them super diced. Little stringy's not going to hurt them whatsoever. And this is going to make our bed that the pork roast is going to sit on. I don't suppose you have to break up the onions like I'm doing there, because they're going to cook for 6 hours, so not a biggie. Put that aside. And here's our pork loin roast. I didn't have a big one, so I'm going with 2 smalls. So these are about 2 1/4, 2 1/2 pounds each. Normally I don't even care if they're thawed, because they're going in a slow cooker. These just happen to be thawed out, so we're using them the way they are. I was probably more concerned about them actually fitting in the slow cooker. It's a little hard to get them to fit. So here's that nice sauce that we put together. Our nice honey mustard sauce. So the idea here is fat down, I guess, or fat up. We're going to spread half of our sauce on the roast like this. Looks good. Okay, let's get it in the slow cooker. And you can see here with the roast just how much room we have. I know it's going to shrink down as it cooks, but you got to start with somewhere, so you got to have the room. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it in. It doesn't matter what I do. They're going to overlap a little bit. As long as I can get the lid on, that's what I'm more concerned of. Yeah, there we go. We fit it all right. Now the rest of that honey mustard sauce is going on the top. And it occurs to me that when we were finished and pulled this out, I know we have a gravy that we're going to make to go with it, but a little extra drizzle of Al's honey would have gone a long way at the very end after I pulled this out of the slow cooker. So kind of keep that in mind if you're going to make this. Keep some honey behind for the finished product. Okay, lid on. Plugged in and ready to go. We got to turn her on now. Low for about 6 hours. If you want to do it high because you're in a hurry, 2.5 to 3 hours will do. And there's our finished product. Look at that. So you can see it has shrunk a little bit, but it's falling apart as I'm trying to take it out of the bowl. And there you go. At this point, if you really wanted to, I would sprinkle a little bit of honey on top just because. So we're going to take that juice into a pan. And you can see I got oven mitts on because it's so hot. So that's how much came out of the bowl. It's quite a bit actually. We're going to mix some cornstarch, about a good heaping tablespoon of cornstarch in cold water, mix it around, and that's going to get poured into the pan. Turn up the liquid so it's going to boil and mix all that in. Gravy's so easy to make. That's pretty well your recipe for any type of gravy. Put a little extra cornstarch in if you want it thicker, a little less if you want it runnier. Once it comes up to a boil, it'll start to thicken, just like that. So here's our gravy boat. And you can see how thick it is, and the onions are still in there. That's quite all right. Now, of course, this you're going to want to pour on your pork. I didn't, but I put it on the side just in case. And at this point, I probably should have. So we had a full meal of roasted potatoes, salad, nice homemade baked beans, and there's our honey mustard pork roast. Time to eat. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.